you are still watching Unleashing Your Potential. Yeah, Akinale Coach Pindile Kamo, we are injecting this person so that, you know, this greatness inside can be unleashed. Yeah.
Yes.
Can we now share a little bit of practicalities or techniques that she's now understanding that, okay, I have the power.
Right.
I know now, I don't have to blame anybody anymore.
Yes.
I must just decide to do it.
Yes.
What is it that maybe she can now start doing? Because there I am, I'm ready now. I've heard all about it, but here I'm deciding I'm ready to start on this. What is it that I can do?
So everything is a process, as we know in life. There's always an input and then there's subsequently an output. In the whole show, we actually have been taking snippets of what they can do. So I'm going to try and collate everything together. So it's already a process. So we've already started by removing the blame.
Yeah.
That is it's a big start. It's a technique on its own.
Yeah.
Doing self-inventory, understanding where you are, what you're about, where you come from, what demons you have to fight, what narratives that you have to fight or break from your upbringing or the conditioning that you have to actually come against. That is also technique. It's one of the ways, it's part of the process. So we've done that. When we've done that, we've done most of the work. Now, depending on what that situation is, it is always advisable to get yourself a coach. I am a personal development coach. I'm a certified life coach because of, you know, what I studied. I tend to gravitate more towards the development, personal development side. And so get somebody that can do that, because now I give you an overview of what your life is, where to start from where you are and where you have to go. Like I said, it has to be customized to that person. So depending whether the issue where you feel stuck is a relationship, get a marriage therapist or a marriage coach, or relationship coach. If it's somebody that is a teenager or a child, get somebody that is relevant for you. And then they start the journey. I'll tell you why. When you are in a picture, you are in a frame inside of the picture. You can't see the entire. If you're in the picture, you can't see the entire frame because you're in the picture. But once you are outside, you can see both the frame and the picture as well. So somebody that is from the outside will always be neutral from you and from the emotions and what you're feeling. They're able to see the picture in full. So it's very imperative that when you walk such a journey, you always have somebody that will walk with you that is not part of the journey, because they will be neutral. They'll be diplomatic.
They'll be disassociated from the situation,
which is very important, because on emotions then are not going to be involved. They're not going to be as distorted as you are.
Or biased and look at things from your own angle or same angle.
100%. And so the perspective is very clear. And so they become diplomatic in how they assist you and how you can move forward. It's also important to understand that what you are going through right now is part of the journey. It's teaching you something. What lessons can you derive from feeling stuck? Remember now, we have narrowed down in the third technique or the third process, what exactly are you stuck in? Then you will be able to see that if I feel like I'm stuck in my career, what is my career, right? What does the industry or the faculty that I'm in involve? Do I need to study further? Am I underqualified to even get a promotion? In my workplace, is there growth? Should I then start, ask a meeting with the HR department, see how they can forecast my position in the company? If it is, you feel stuck in your marriage and in your relationship, assess what am I doing wrong, or what positive contributory factor can I place in this relationship so that I'm out of the equation and it could be my partner that I need to work on. You narrow down on that situation and see what are the pros and cons. What can I add? What can I omit? What can I amend? And so all of these things, that at the end of the day, if you're failing on your own or you're unable to, it's always good to get somebody that is more neutral. And you need to understand that it is possible for you to get out, and you're gonna feel discouraged. It's gonna feel like when you take 10 steps forward, it feels like it's 100 steps back.
I think the importance of knowing that it's not going to be easy.
Not at all.
Right? And I think another thing is that people knowing that when they come to coaching, they must know that they are going to work.
100%.
Because more like the other people, they're expecting a one-pill miracle. That I will just drink this and all my problems disappear.
Or advice.
Or advice, yeah.
And it doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. Please just share a little bit about the importance of being there as a person, because like you said initially, that you can get so many advices as much as you can, but without you now being part of, what is the importance literally saying, I'm owning up to do this thing and willing to work for it, because healing doesn't come easy. It's painful. It's
So we are manuals. We are like a manual. You read us, you can read our advice, our comments, our podcasts, our YouTube, you can go on our website, you can pay us, you can do whatever. We are just like a manual. The practical work comes from you. What are the steps that are written in the manual? If you don't, if for example, this table and it comes with a manual, you have to build it up. We can give you all the manuals in the word. We can dissect every word. We can dissect a dot or a hyphen to the last detail, right? And you can read all of that. Until you put that table together, it can't put itself together. We are not, anyone that can come and assist you in any way, whether it's watching Unleashing Your Potential, or any other, show that you can on Soweto TV or whatever program, unless you actually come to the party, no one can do it for you. We are just support systems to you, but the gist of the work has to come from you. We can't do it for you. We'll cheer you on, we'll support you, we'll guide you, we'll try, we'll reroute your navigation system, we'll do it all, but it's up to you. You have to be the one that's actually steering the ship, because if you don't steer it, it's gonna stand. We're gonna sit, we're gonna be on the boat, and we're gonna be in our sunglasses, and we're gonna be sipping on cocktail, and you have to steer the ship. And if you don't, then you're gonna die out. And we don't want people that are gonna die in their pain. We don't want people that are gonna die in their circumstance, in their situation. We are not raising a generation that's gonna fall down, break down, and give up. This is not the time for anybody to throw in the towel. This is the time for you to stand up. Get out of the ditch. You have to.
Please just encourage somebody out there right now please.
So a pity party is not going to help. We need to make sure that we don't stay out there and die out there. And then I was saying to the people in the seminar that being in a pity party and drooling over your pain and crying and soaking in your blood and who did what and all the negative words is not going to help you. What's important is for you to stand up out of that. It's for you to dust off the pain, to dust off the words, to dust off the blood, to wipe every tear and continue to go. Because if you don't do it, no one's going to do it for you. And you must understand that the world does not owe us anything. The world does not owe you anything. It's got a variety of opportunities. There are people that are willing to help you. There are doors that are going to open, but until you knock on those doors, they're going to remain shut. They're not shut because you're being rejected. They're not shut because you're not good enough. They're being shut because you're not taking the initiative. And you must understand that there are doors that when you get out of your pity party, you'll continue to knock on them and they'll close. It's okay. It's a life lesson. Take it up, build your character, move on to the next doors. You also have to understand that the doors that are rejecting you are doors that may not even be good enough for you. You think that is your best, and God understands that is not even your full potential. It's not fully unleashed. And so you have to go on to the next door. And so we need to stop taking all these things, that rejections and all the negative things in our life, and treat them as negativity. We need to treat them as positive contributing factors that will move us from one step to the other. It's an equation, right? There's a minus, there's a division and plus and multiplication. Something happens. We have to cut here, we have to add there, we have to attach there, we have to glue here. And all those things at the end of the day are going to build a structure called your life, moving you towards your destination, which is your destiny. And it depends on who you are. It's understanding your identity. It's knowing that as a person and knowing your identity, you cannot remain stuck when the world is absolutely your oyster. And you have to go out there and get it for yourself. No one's going to give it to you. And so if you're not going to have that, the self-worth that and loving yourself and understanding yourself and the confidence, you're going to die out there. We don't want to pass you. We don't want to be like a car that is stuck on the side of the road when there's a storm. And there's nothing wrong. I'm not actually saying anything bad about people's driving, but the people that when there's a storm and they're unable to drive, they park by the side of the storm. And there are those that I remember one of the famous speakers that I was speaking to is Les Brown. He says, and at times people that don't want to be helped will stand by the side of the road, and then they will even switch off their hazards so that they don't attract help. So if you're standing on the side of the road and you need help, put your hazards on so that we know that something is wrong. Let us be aware that you are there. And then whilst you are there and your hazards are on, just try, put the ignite on, drive the car, keep moving, even though it's slow, though you don't understand, you don't see, it's not clear, just keep moving. Because the second you stand on the side of the road, you are stuck. The second you stand on the side of the road, you are limiting yourself. The second you stand on the side of the road, you are prolonging your prosperity, your breakthrough, and your victory. You have to keep going. And guess what? As you keep going, the sun will shine. You will move from the season and the era of storm, and then it's going to be a bright new day, and the storm ceases. So you cannot stay and remain where you are stuck. You cannot stay and remain in your pity party. Now is the time for you to improve improve, to change, and to grow in all aspects of your life because you can.
Yes, come on now. Where do we get hold of you, man?
Okay, so you can get hold of me on www.pindilemazindo.co.za, and I am available on all social media platforms. That's YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as Pindile Mazindo.
Wow, that is a wrap. That is a wrap. I don't know what more to say. I mean, she's saying, stop the pity party, stop being a victim, own up, yeah, and take action towards the things that you want to do in your life. And that's a wrap. That is about it on season 3, and we're gonna see you more on season 4. And thank you for everybody who wrote to the show. I believe and I hope and understand that you've been unleashed, that you've been coached, that you've been helped. And yeah, from here to there, it is up to you what to do going forward. Until we meet again, from me, Coach Toriso, we'll see you in season 4.